Hey Henry, thanks for doing this. I guess with this being the first time we've talked to you, just what went into your decision to choose Alabama as your next stop?
I mean, definitely Coach Saban. Who doesn't want to play for Coach Saban? And the culture. The guys around here, um, how they are so eager to win. It's just a blessing for me to be here.
Stephen?
Henry, when you got here, what made you feel the most comfortable? Was it a player of a team at the moment you got to Tuscaloosa? What gave you the most comfortable feeling?
It had to be. So I'd known Christian Harris before actually we both enrolled in college. Met each other at the Army All-American game. And then he opened me with welcome arms, and the whole entire team did. And I'm truly grateful for the guys on the team. I'm truly grateful for them, welcoming me as a brother.
Nick Kelly?
Hey, Henry, I'm just curious, with the time you spent with Coach Pruitt, a guy who had been at Alabama before he went to Tennessee, how did that help in your transition at all, coming to this defense and learning this defense?
Definitely. Coach Pruitt, I give a lot of props to Coach Pruitt. Taught me a lot of the game, taught me a lot of the system, similar systems, similar defense. And being able to learn it from him and then come here and apply the teachings that he taught me and kind of, take it on from there with Coach Saban and Coach Golden really helped me in my transition here. So Coach Pruitt helped me a lot.
David?
Henry, I know you could probably write a book about it, but just how crazy was your January, where it looked like you might stay, and then you had the folly? I mean, Pruitt had that situation.
Yeah.
What was that time like for you, and how crazy was it?
When I was in the portal, it was kind of a crazy time for me and my family. But it was honestly all through faith, all through our prayers as a family and sticking together as a family, trying to find the right home. And I'm truly grateful for my decision. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be part of the family. And it all worked out perfectly fine.
John?
Yeah, Henry, I'm just wondering how comfortable were you coming in and handling the play calling duties and everything? And did you know that was going to be your role? Because there's not a lot of positions where you can come in and just start immediately at Alabama.
When you come in as a new transfer, it's kind of a different thing. You're not a freshman, but you're kind of an upperclassman. But I took it the way, try to get to know the guys, try to build relationships with the guys, because that's the biggest thing. You come in here with a group of team that's been together, and you're the new guy. So I didn't really come in with the mindset to be the defensive caller, to be the signal caller. I wanted to be that guy that they can trust, that they can call at night, in the morning, whenever they needed me. So that was kind of my approach, to be able to just build relationships with the guys so that it can translate on the field.
Tony?
Henry, just coming out of high school, how close were you to joining Alabama the first time? And then how did that kind of influence your decision, obviously choosing the transfer?
Alabama was in my top three. Definitely was one of my top schools coming out of high school. Built relationships here, and then honestly, when I got in the transfer portal, kind of just picked up where we left off when I was in high school.
Michael?
Two real quick, if I could. Just what happened with your arm the other day in the game?
Just a little sprain, nothing too serious.
And secondly, just your size and your speed. How do you describe your game and how, unique or how the game has evolved for a middle linebacker to have your size and your speed?
Definitely try to use that to your advantage. I try to be, as smart as I can, try to know the playbook as much as I can, try to, know the opposing team as much as I can. But it also comes with the coaches. The coaches do a great job of coaching us as a linebacker group, as a defensive whole. Our coaching staff, is one of the best in the country, is the best in the country. So they do a well job of preparing us throughout the week to have us knowing what's coming up.
Cecil?
Henry, according to many of your teammates, you weren't just a quiet guy when you came in, at least in the locker room. You tried to be a leader. What's behind that? What's your mindset? Even though it's your first year with the team, you are an experienced player. How do you try to convey that?
You know, honestly, definitely it starts with, you know, having the guys trust you. It all started in summer workouts when I first got here. Honestly, being able to gain the guys' trust to be able to have my ability to speak up, you know, when I don't see something is right. But it all came with trust. You know, if the guys trust you and the guys know that you'll be able to do the right things at the right time, you know, then your leadership qualities can apply on and off the field.
Charlie.
Yeah, obviously you guys lost Chris Allen in the Miami opener. Just in your time here on campus, what have you seen from Drew Sanders, and how confident are you that he can step into that role?
Definitely. You know, Drew is a really hardworking guy. Ever since the time that I got here, you know, Drew has been doing a phenomenal job of, you know, in the weight room, on the field, in the playbook. But not only Drew, every single person in that outside linebacker group, I believe that if they step on that field, they'll do a really great job of, you know, filling in that place for Chris. You know, we got a really talented group of guys that are willing to work.
All right, final two questions, Stephen and then David.
Henry, speaking of that talented room at outside linebacker, you build a relationship with those guys. How have you seen just a young guy like Dallas Turner grow so far?
Yeah, you know, Dallas has a great group of guys in his room that he's able to look up to. Will, Chris, Drew. You also got Braswell in there. You know, he has a whole bunch of guys that he's able to look up to that are great examples that he can model himself after and that he can better himself after. So, you know, I think Dallas is doing a really good job of that, of growing.
And final question, David.
Henry, do you still keep in touch with Tyler or Jeremy or any of the Tennessee players? And I know that's a long way off, but have you kind of thought about how strange the end of next month might be?
Definitely. I mean, you know, those are my brothers, man. Been to war with those guys. You know, and those relationships that you build aren't just going to fly away. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely keep in touch with my Tennessee guys. Watched them play last week. You know, I was truly happy that they got a win. But, you know, yeah.
Thank you, Henry.
Appreciate it.